power that changed the nation was broadcasting.
Okay, Patsy. I'm back in the saddle, herding longhorn cattle, and I'm happy in the saddle again. My spurs turn all rusty, still they're always trusty, and I'm happy in the saddle again. I'm speaking for America's #1 singing cowgirl, Patsy Montana. We're saying so long, everybody. Good luck to you, friends, and above all, we do wish you good health.
Now stay tuned for Just Plain Bill.
Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life.
I think that the world, the America that radio leaped into and fascinated was really a quieter life than what we know.
WLAG, Minneapolis.
My first recollection of radio is sitting on my uncle's lap and putting my head up next to his, and he had his arm around me, and the headphones went across both of our heads. I remember having a piece in my ear and putting my head next to his and hearing bands play from far away, dance music that was not allowed in our family.
It was just almost unbelievable. You could sit in your living room in Florida and hear a man speaking in New York, and after a while in Los Angeles, you heard people singing, you heard music, you heard events, you heard a football game in the Rose Bowl that was being played right now.
And Dempsey comes back with a hard right to Sonny Bates. Oh, Dempsey comes on through with a terrific right. He's got Sonny against the rope. There's a little right landing on the champion's jaw. But the large of left to right, and Sonny is down. Sonny is down.
Turn your radio on, and listen to the music in the air. Turn your radio on, heaven's glory share, heaven's glory share. Turn the lights down low, and listen to the Master's radio.
Get in touch with God.
Turn your radio on,
And you men, you know you're sick. You know your prostate's infected and diseased. And you know that unless some relief comes to you, that you're going to be in the undertaker's parlor on the old cold slab being embalmed for a funeral.
Hello, Ralphie boy.
Hello, Mona girl. I understand you got married.
Yes, I married an X-ray specialist.
An X-ray specialist? How come?
He was the only one that could see anything in me.
The only...
Just one moment now. KDKA, in cooperation with the Pittsburgh Post and Sun, will present the latest presidential election return.
One of the first stations to broadcast regularly was KDKA in Pittsburgh. It went on the air in 1920, reporting the victory of Warren G. Harding and Calvin Coolidge over James M. Cox and a young Franklin D. Roosevelt.
At the present time, Harding has collected more than 16 million votes against some 9 million for the Democrats. We'll give you the state vote in just a moment. But first, we'd like to ask you to let us know if this broadcast is reaching you. Please drop us a card, address station KDKA, Westinghouse, East Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
But it was not long before everyone seemed to be going into broadcasting.
This is station WCAP, Washington.
Universities, newspapers, banks, department stores.
WJAR, Providence. WNAC, Boston.
In Davenport, Iowa, the Palmer School of Chiropractic had a station. So did the John Fink Jewelry Company of Fort Smith, Arkansas. And in Milford, Kansas, over station KFKB, Kansas Folks Know Best, Dr. John Romulus Brinkley lectured 3 times a day on the aphrodisiac powers of implanted goat glands.
A good love story is always tender and beautiful, but really to warm the cockles of the heart, it should have at least a hint of the unbelievable.
folks, I have found myself a brand new honey, bright and sunny, don't care for money. We've got a system of loving, proud to say it's all our own.
Now, the scene is in the home of Marcia as she and Armand are secretly talking together. Listen.
Since all the world got onto that new radio craze, we spend...
By 1924, while Lee DeForest and Howard Armstrong were still battling in the courts, and David Sarnoff was cementing his position at RCA, there were 1,400 stations. Then 1/3 of the money spent on furniture in the country went for radio receivers, $350 million. Between May and December of 1923, RCA's WJZ in New York offered 340 soprano recitals and 98 baritone solos, 6 baseball games, 5 boxing matches, 67 church services, 7 football games, 10 harmonica solos, 74 organ concerts, 40 plays, 723 talks and lectures, and 205 bedtime stories. Radio ate up material faster than it could be produced. One desperate announcer just stuck his microphone out the studio window and said, "Ladies and gentlemen, we bring you the sounds of New York City." Listeners loved it.
For one thing, there was this constant companion in the house. If you were alone, you could turn the radio on and there would always be something to listen to. All you had to do was open those cabinet doors and turn that dial, and there you were. You could be in New York or Chicago listening to some wonderful music, perhaps. One thing, I probably gave up practicing the piano because I didn't have to make my own music anymore.